All right, here we are. We're live. We're back. We're cooking again. Thursday, the 15th of August, and we're going to do some caramelized cabbage. Um, this is not your mum's sad old cabbage. This is going to be delicious. So first of all, I'm just going to start by cutting this bad boy in half, and hopefully not hurting myself in the process, because this bad boy is tough. Um, if I was a family of four, I'd probably do the whole thing, but it's just me and Cass, me and my wife. So we're just going to have just have half. Um, actually, and what I'll do is I'll keep that root there just so it stays intact. Otherwise, it can sort of fall to bits on you. Um, so quarters, and then nice big wedges like that. So if you got rid of that, all of this would turn into little tiny pieces, and actually would make it a bit of a pain in the butt. So just like that, simple wedges. Put them on a tray. Um, Look at that. And we're having pork belly strips with this. I'm just going to put them all in the same pan. Um, these have just got a bit of salt and a bit of sugar on them. So I like nice sweet pork, and it should go all nice and caramelized too. So I'll just tuck all that in nicely. And then hopefully what this will do is, as the pork fat renders out, it's going to go on the cabbage and make it even more delicious. So I'll just put that to the side. And then we're going to make a little bit of a sauce to go on, a little bit of a drizzle to go on the cabbage. So the recipe actually asks for coconut oil, which I don't have. So I'm just using olive oil. Maple syrup, or in my case, because I'm poor, maple flavored syrup. Now here's a little trip for you. So because I put the oil on first, the maple syrup just slipped right off. I read it the other day and it blew my mind. Soy sauce, bit of fish sauce, maybe a teaspoon of that. So I've got a tablespoon of everything so far. Maybe a bit more soy, and then I'll just mix all of that up. So it's just like a sweet, oily, salty treat. And actually, what I might do is put a bit of salt on the cabbage itself. And then just gonna spoon all of this over. This is actually quite a tight cabbage. Usually I get them in there a bit more porous. But that looks pretty good. Just get that all nice and coated. It's gone all over the pork as well, which isn't a bad thing. You know, maple syrup and pork is delicious. So. All right, and then that's just going to go in the oven for about 20 minutes. I've got it on cranked as hard as it can go, as I always do. And I feel like that smoke alarm might go off again. Yeah, I think I might remove that. Now that we've avoided that kerfuffle again, just have a little bit of a mini clean up. But yeah, this meal is so easy, and you can do it with any kind of protein on the side. Really, I mean, I've just done pork belly strips because we did chicken the last couple of nights, and I thought I'd take a break before I start laying eggs. That's what my mother used to always say when we'd have too much chicken, which doesn't really make sense to me unless you believe in that whole like you are what you eat thing. All right. So while that's cooking, I'm just going to take a couple of spring onions and slice them up for a garnish. I have to say, I quite often we use cabbage like for a slaw or whatever, but doing it like roasted like this blew my mind. And then I think what I've learned is, like, I didn't really like vegetables as a kid, but I don't think they were. Sorry, Mum, but I don't think they were cooked that well. Um, she was a big fan of the microwave, which is nothing wrong with the microwave. Just nice not to have your cooked food nuked into oblivion. All right, here's um, my little mise en place plate for my garnish. Isn't that cute? But basically, any vegetable I found that if you just roast it all toasty, it's generally pretty good. I'll just got some peanuts. Same again, I'll just chop those up roughly. And that pretty much does the end of our cooking. That's it. Done. I quite like buying the pork belly strips like that because they cook so quickly. Like this is going to be, you know, pork belly can take quite a while if you slow cook and all that kind of stuff. But like this, done 20 minutes, delicious. But my favorite way to actually cook pork belly, so I think it was in one of Dave Chang's books. I'm pretty sure it's Momofuku, and it's what they would do for their ramen, I believe. Um, so they would take the pork belly and the night before they brine it in like a sugar salt mixture. And so that would stay overnight, just soaking into the meat. And then the next day, it would get baked or roasted in the oven. And then when it was cooked, they'd take it out, it's cooked, it's done, it's happy. Um, Once it's cool, wrap it up in plastic in the fridge. And then the next day, slice it up really thin or thick, however you want to do it, and then fry it. So it's like double cooked pork, I guess. But that is so good. Like there was a time where I would like I just had that in the fridge, and I'd be like, oh, we need a snack, and I'll just cut up a slice of pork belly and just yeah. So yeah, that's it. We're just gonna hang around here for a little bit, check in on that cabbage and pork from time to time. Sometimes what I've done is if the cabbage isn't cooking fast enough, I'll almost do it like a reverse sear, like it's a steak or what have you, where it'll hang out in the oven for a little while, um, start to soften, and then I'm not quite getting the crispy, charred up goodness. I'll take it out and chuck it in the pan, give it a good sear, boom. Um, so yeah, give it a few more minutes and we'll pull it out and take a look at it. I will say that cookbook, very good, very very good. I've already done um, cooked one recipe out of it. Well, I've cooked quite a few things out of it, but I've filmed me cooking something out of it, and I think my next video is actually going to be from there as well. But yeah, honestly, like batting 1,000. I don't know what the metaphor is, but yeah, it's great. Everything's been good. Again, I'm just struggling to cut through some limes, so I've just got another little thing for me garnish. So yeah, that's it. Nothing too sexy. Just a few chops, bit of oily, saucy goodness in the oven. That's it. This is a nice one where you don't really need that much. What's the word I'm looking for? You don't really need to be around paying attention. You just take it in and walk away. Like I do it all the time. All right, let's have a little look, eh? The oven tray isn't a big fan of it, but it's its job. You see, that's already starting to soften a little bit. We've got a little bit of charred up cabbage going. Yeah, so there you go. This by keeping that little piece on there, that's all kind of stayed together. Obviously, there's a few pieces here that are fallen soldiers, but that's okay. A few sacrifices get made, at least sometimes. I have to say that chicken from last night with the anchovy butter, I know it's probably ridiculous amount of calories, but it was fantastic. And if you follow the recipe to a T, there's actually you're supposed to make these croutons that go with it, and so the croutons get all roasted in the chicken fat and juices and the leftover butter in the pan. So you know, like, come on, man, that's too good. And then this afternoon for lunch, I cut some off and made a very good sandwich too. And actually, what I'm going to do is there was a few leftover sweet potatoes. Um, when this is nearly done, I'm going to chuck them in the oven too. You know, just use them up. Another thing I really like about this dish is how cheap cabbage is. I think this was like 65p or 80p or something, and like I've still got half of it left. I'm probably gonna make I'll probably make a slaw out of that. Or you know what? We'll probably add this. We'll probably add this again. Let's be real. I think another thing I probably would have done ahead of time is taken the cabbage, cut it into wedges, and just covered it in a bit of salt, just to suck some of that moisture out of it. Because then it'll just make this even better. Like this will go really gnarly and crispy, and then you know that the salt's penetrated all the way through. So even in the middle of the cabbage, it's going to be nice and seasoned. But obviously, for the sake of the video, I mean, I could have started with pre-cut cabbage, but you know, it's nice to start from the start, you know. And I even did a little bit of mise en place this time. I got cutlery, I got bowls all ready to go. I mean, I probably spent more time actually just preparing my area than I did actually cooking. But yeah, anyway. You know what? It was actually, I'll tell you, so we just moved to the UK, right? And been using other people's kitchens and stuff. And so I don't want to be another guy blaming the tools again, but I quickly learnt that a lot of people don't have sharp knives in their kitchens. And this is not a very sharp knife. But I just wanted to buy a regular bog standard kitchen knife off Amazon or, you know, whatever, just somewhere. But I'm assuming it's to do with knife crime and everything. You can't just do that. Like they want to verify your age and make sure you're all above board. And because I just arrived here, I don't, like, you know, I don't have a bank account or anything like that. So I've been struggling just to buy a knife. So I had a thought what I should do because I don't think they need to verify your age to get a sharpening stone. So what I should have done is just bought a stone and then gone around all these houses that I've been staying in and just do a little knife sharpening, just like a little knife sharpening theory. Come in the night and tickle up your knives. So yeah, if Just a weird thing. You can't really take it in your luggage. I suppose you could put it in your cheek bag, but you can't really take it in your luggage, can you? It's kind of weird, especially when you're not like a professional chef. Like I could understand, the professional chefs in the world take their nice little knife sleeve or their, really boutiquey or not boutiquey knives, but I'm nowhere near. I'm just a guy who cooks, enjoys it, enjoys reading cookbooks, enjoys trying different things, um, and has recording equipment. So yeah, here I am making a knob out of myself in real time for the whole world to see. All three or four of you, however many's watching. All right, we're getting there. I think what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to let that pork rest because that pork is done. Let that pork rest. I'm going to get a pan going. And I'm just going to sear this cabbage so it looks professional-ish. A little bit of olive oil. I know I'm a little bit cavalier on the oil and the butter, but it really does make everything taste so much better. All right, so while this pork just hangs out on my chopping board, I might actually, I'm just going to take that sweet potato from yesterday, give it another little zap in the oven, and eat nice and healthily. Just going to attempt to get this crackly. I don't know how successful I'm going to be here without burning my hands. Yeah, not really. Look at that. This is not your mum's sad old boiled cabbage. That looks good. Looks a lot browner to me, but well, let's dish this up. So we're going to go a little bit of spring onion, a little bit of peanut, a little bit of chili flake, a little bit of lime. And I'm just going to put a little bit of, this is just some random hot sauce that is here, but you know, sriracha, whatever you do. And then this is a joke. I'm not very. Here we go. Caramelized cabbage, peanuts, green onion, soy glaze. How good does that look? And honestly, I like to think I make things look easy, but that was so easy, beyond easy. And I just put a nice little lime wedge in there. Beautiful. All right, guys, that's us for tonight. Have a good one, and yeah, good night.